Hello, this is Kinch Rendell with Barndominium Floor Plans, and today's video is going to go over another version of the Clementine floor plan. This will actually be called version 8, or is called version 8 on the website. On the left here is a rendering of the original Clementine, so it actually has a shop and garage attached. This new version, version 8, does not, as well as quite a few other changes we will show and tell here. The first thing is no shop attached. So off to the right side, there's a gabled porch entry into the mudroom on the top right there. Another big change is the front entrance is now the bottom of this, and in the back is a covered porch. So that's something they opened up compared to the original Clementine. There was another bedroom where the current office is at in the bottom left-hand corner, and there was a bedroom where the new entryway is in the middle bottom there with the gabled porch entry. They've opened up the entry a lot, right? That you could have a whole nother room in there depending on how you put your hallway in there. And you can see that on the other plans, the other versions of the Clementine. This plan is 3,250 square feet of living area. It is a 3-bedroom plus 1 office and 3 full bathrooms. So right behind the kitchen is the 3rd bathroom. Actually, I guess we labeled it bathroom number 2 right there. That's also right next to the pantry. The master bathroom and closet have been flipped. So in the original plan, the master bathroom is in the bottom right-hand corner, and now that's been moved or flipped. Also, this one has a pass-through from the mudroom area into the master bath. So if you want to do laundry, instead of walking around through the living room and dining room, you can walk through the master bath over the mudroom. I think some people, if you had a shop attached, you would have that closed off. The mudroom would be switched so it's closer to the master bath. We've seen people do that in the past, but since there's no shop, maybe they already have a shop or something detached or a garage, they're going to walk in right there. Other changes are the kitchen area. And that's something a lot of people have us modify on our plans. Hey, I want to have the island larger, smaller, different shape. I want to put a sink in the island. I want to put the stove in the island. I want to put them both. That's just personal preference of what you would like where. Some people will move the door for the mudroom. They'll slide it either further away from the outside of the house to increase the dining room size. They'll move that around depending on how they want to use that space over there. Like when you walk in, do you want to walk in right next to the kitchen, which is, this layout's pretty common. Just once again, if you had a shop over there, you might have some walls closing off part of the mudroom or the room just to the bottom of that. The office on this plan could be a bedroom. You could take that hall closet or cut out an area of this to actually make it another bedroom if you would like it. And once again, the standard Clementine plan had 3 bedrooms plus an office. The master on these plans, I think all of them are about the same size. It's about a 19 by 16, so 19 feet left to right, 16 from top to bottom. That closet is 10 feet left to right and 16 feet from top to bottom. The master bath there is 14 by 13. The pantry is 10 by 5.5. Some people, and maybe some of the other stock plans at Clementine, the bathtub is not there. So in that case, you can have a larger pantry, or you can actually move that bathroom to the left. So depending on what you want to have for an entryway, or if that's not an entryway, that bathroom can slide 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 feet, and you could have even more kitchen cabinet space there or storage on the kitchen side of that, while also enlarging the pantry. This is the electrical layout for the Clementine version 8. All of our plans, unless somebody has a custom plan and does not want electrical, which ever so often happens, this is a good look of what you would get for electrical plan. You would tell us if you want to have ceiling fans or canned lights, or you might say, hey, I want to have a couple extra outlets. And please note that it's a certain size or certain spec outlet. Some people for electric car or a welder in the shop, things like that would also be noted, or we can note on these plans. This is the version 5 of the Clementine. And in this case, a lot of times we'll mirror plans for people left to right. Sometimes it's the overall plan with the shop or garage. Sometimes it's just the living space mirrored, usually top to bottom, not left to right if they have a shop, because you have to have an entryway. In this case, we mirrored half of the living area. So instead of the open concept where the dining room and living room are all one big area, you can see here the top section is the living room, and the dining room is still down low by the front with the gabled porch as well as the mudroom. So this is an interesting idea. If you're looking at some plan and be like, it's not quite what I want. I want the master bedroom in the back and I want it by the living room or whatever's next to it. Sometimes you can think, I only want to mirror half of this plan, either top to bottom, left to right. Some people want to mirror things top to bottom and left to right. That's all a possibility for us. If it's a stock plan, we usually have those already done. If not, we will modify a plan like mirroring it left to right or top to bottom or both for you for the stock price. Once again, over the years, we've done quite a few of those, but if not, we can definitely mirror a plan for you if you like it as is. And that's another thing to keep in mind. A lot of times people want to get really specific right away. If you know you're going to build this for sure, hey, we'll gladly modify the plans for you anyway. But if you know, hey, I want a few tweaks here or there, sometimes it's best to start with a stock plan, get your pricing quotes, talk to if you're going to use a builder, hey, I want to make these 3 changes where the windows are moved or this wall's pushed out. Do we want to have them redraw the plans to make those, modify it for those changes, or is that a red line change? And all depends on your builder. Some people will say, no, you have to have them modify that so we know exactly where it's at. Other builders will be like, yeah, I'll mark that on the printed out plans as a red line change. This is a rendering of the version 3. On this plan, the shop size is the same width as the house. That's quite common. But to note, on the regular Clementine plan, with the offset or the width being smaller on the shop and garage, for some of the larger buildings, it definitely changes the aesthetics when you look at it from the outside. That's just not one huge roof line. You've got a break there. So some people may prefer that, and some people may not need the same size shop. And they're like, hey, I don't need it as wide. My builder is going to charge me less because of this, and go with a different look there. And here is that Clementine version 3 floor plan. Once again, the biggest change on this one compared to the stock plan of the Clementine is that shop garage size, as well as, once again, we removed the office, or actually moved the office over in the place of a bedroom, and have a larger entryway. And this is the exterior renderings, 3D renderings that come with the plans of the Clementine version 8. They also include 2D on one of the pages. You get 4 pages at a minimum. The floor plan, electrical plan, 2D elevations, and the 3D renderings with our stock plans. And most people, if they go the custom plan route, also would like all of those. This is our website. We have quite a bit of information on here, from things to think about when you're building. We have a pricing calculator that you can put in some different square footage and price you'd pay for the living area versus shop area to get some rough pricing. We have design tips and sketch tips. Like, hey, print out this, maybe you can print out the image of a piece of graph paper and draw out, hey, every square is 2 feet or 4 feet or 1 foot, and get an idea of what you want to have laid out on the custom side. Also, we have a lot of plans, and like this Clementine, some of these have several versions. We have quite a few renderings. The actual photos we have are usually not on the website, oddly enough. On our Facebook page and Facebook group, we put quite a few of those out there. Just lots of information for you to think about and understand the process, and some of the different, once again, tips if you're actually going to build this. We have all the pricing laid out on the pricing page, the different levels of plans from modified to custom and stock plans. FAQs, so many people have the same questions that we've answered as many of those as we can. How much does it cost? I mean, that's a lot of people wonder. If they're not very common in your area, we can't really tell you. Hey, it may very well depend on, can you find a builder that's comfortable actually building this? If you have any questions or would like to contact us, please use this contact us page. You can put in your phone number there if you would like a call back. If you'd like an email, we will also reply via email. Basically, if you're like, yes, I've already got some plans sketched out, or I printed out one of the images from your website and I marked some changes on there, you fill this out, send it to us. We will reply to you via email, and then you can attach anything such as your sketches and send them back to us. Which reminds me, on the design skips and tips, we show what people have done. Hey, you can list on the plan 5A, 5B, 4B, and then in the email say, on 4B, we would like to move the fireplace, or get rid of this, or move this wall 2 feet, or make the island 5 feet by 6 feet. Another example, drawn on the sketch paper, graph paper. You can, each square is 2 feet by 2 inches, or 2 feet by 2 feet. And here's where we want everything laid out and the general sizes we're thinking. These are the different questions we're going to have to complete your plan. So the more you can tell us, it all goes in a quote we'll send back to you. And here's the image you can print. You can right click it, save it and print it, or print it full size and start there if you don't have graph paper available. If you have any questions, please contact us and hopefully we can help you. Thanks.